Culhane actually built the tranny on this for the 1,000 horsepower.
Nice.
And then Sandy Cohn built the rear end.
I love how much this episode is just going to piss so many people off that are just like, it should be this, it should be that. Well, you're wrong.
I wanted to take it to the next level if we were going to make it look more like a race car. The gauge pods are actually styled after a Corvette, but it puts us out at around 1,000 horsepower when you're up on race gas.
I love how much this episode is just going to piss so many people off that are just like, it should be this, it should be that. Well, you're wrong.
You're
just
wrong.
kidding. No, really though. What we're saying is that, you know, you don't have to sit in the same ways that things are always being done. Be creative. You can try these new kinds of things and I mean, it's working.
Grab some clay and make your own.
Dude, grab some freaking clay, dude. The greatest thing I think about this build is like I'm hearing that family is so incredibly involved in it. You know, just like most of the guys at Terra.
Yeah, Dad hands son a book and says, "All right, learn about forced induction."
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna learn today.
Jack was sharing with us earlier that dude, he started in a trophy car. You know, that's huge, and he shared the trophy cart wall with like all these like new racers that are just crushing it right now. Right?
Around 2008, they started making a series in Core. Before it was Lucas Oil Off-Road.
I remember that. Dude.
And so you had a bunch of like a bunch of guys that you'll see nowadays in like the big trucks or in NASCAR even. So like you got
Serapis.
Yeah, you got Sheldon Creed down here.
Sheldon Creed down there, dude.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, look at that. With a flaming helmet.
California Kid is gonna do it. Sheldon Creed wins the championship.
And then Blake Link, so the Links that ran Class 1. Down here you got Aaron and Pudia.
Aaron and Pudia.
You got Zane Smith, who's also running the truck series, killing it.
And the next flag wins it, and that is Zane Smith. Wow, did we just see what we just saw?
Corey Winter, he's out there killing it in the, what's the new series called?
It's not 6.5.
It's like, he's running Pro 2 or Pro 4, absolutely crushing it. There I am.
Look at that little guy.
Yeah, how cool is that?
The funniest thing was like, were we one of the first trophy carters on YouTube too?
That's wild. That's so cool.
There's like, actually, Jad, it's pretty funny. There's a YouTube video. So we actually set a record and soloed the Mojave Trail at 8 years old. So he was the youngest driver. I think he's still the youngest driver.
In the trophy cart?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, obviously that's still on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
Quick stop at the lava tube for a quick break.
Because I was a little kid, I forgot a lot of my gear. So like in that video, I had a Bell helmet that we bought from Walmart, baseball gloves, and like
sandals on his feet.
Well, that was a different video. I forgot driving shoes that time, so I had to like put sandals on and duct tape them to my feet.
some chanclas.
Typical kid forgets like the most important things he needs: gloves, shoes,
Helmet.
a helmet.
Come on, man!
Let's dive back into this.
So
thing.
who built the? Is this original suspension on the truck, or is this somebody else built?
No, so basically what happened is the truck as it was as a original BFG truck is pretty much, there's not much left of it.
Yeah, the Class 8.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the frame rail is about all that's left of it at this point. Basically, the truck originally started off with Kurt Schutenhelm did the original geometry design on the truck. Suspension worked right out of the box, like his design worked great. Glenn Stratoff actually continued and built the truck and finished the truck, and who's responsible for the final fabrication and the build of the truck. The truck, when it was originally done, it was, I mean, some of the top teams were going ARM at that point, but they hadn't fully gone ARM yet.
Right.
So at that time, we chose to stay with twin I-beam at that stage. And, you know, Kurt's original design and what Glenn built here was just, you know, it's just worked. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, literally that design from back then is still working here.
Today, competing with the same rough. Well, now it's a rougher desert.
Yeah.
It's a rough with, you know.
Yeah. Which my 35-inch tires are struggling on.
Yeah.
We were joking the last time we took this out. We're like, we have UTV tires on this thing, right?
Right.
I know it's kind of sad, but
It's a whole other world now, dude.
Yeah.
Dancing and...
So we got, are they equal length?
I believe yes.
So equal length, I-beams, are they kingpin?
Yeah, so what we did on there, no, actually those are ball joints.
Yeah, I would say ball joints.
Yeah,
I
so
see
what
ball
we did
joints,
is-
yeah.
Yeah, so what that plan was, so that was, those are four-wheel drive Ford, they started off as four-wheel drive Ford spindles, I believe, and then the ball joints fabricated into them, but I think those, I forget what ball joints those are, but they're the heavy-duty one-ton ball joints.
Gotcha.
I think that's what the original design was. And nowadays they have some really cool kingpin designs, but at the time they didn't. You know, so there was an issue at that particular time, which is the reason for this fabrication.
Gotcha. And then you got swing set steering, nice big 4-inch bump there, and then you guys have the shocks mounted on the radius arms.
Yes. So Swayaway sponsored the truck when the truck was first built.
We don't get to see too many trucks with Swayaways on it,
No.
but it is a very competitive shock. You
Yeah.
know, definitely competitive with King and Fox. I'm probably gonna get hate for that, but I don't care. These shocks work. What size is the coilover? Is that a 3.0? I think it's a 3.0.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, it looks
So
like
3.0 coilover and a 3.0 bypass.
Yeah, with the 2.0 hydraulic bump. Very cool. Do you guys know any travel numbers on this thing?
It's 36 in the rear and 28 in the front.
Wow.
So it has, and then the cool part was that the bump steer is like, that was really between what Kurt did and Glenn did on the front end. The bump steer is kept to a minimal for that
Nice.
travel in the front. And we have 36 in the rear with like a 1/2-inch drive shaft plunge. So it was, everything worked. Like it was one
The
of those-
geometry is solid.
It just worked. It was
Yeah.
like one of those things where the truck was built, we went out and tested it. In fact, you can see how I'll show you. No one's ever seen this picture. You're the first people in public to ever see this picture. That's the truck when we first tested. And so, and it's got the little smiley face on the door that it earned on the shop. Someone painted it. Anyways, but that was the first day we ever tested. Glenn Stradiff right there and myself, and Jack, I think, is in a car seat somewhere in there. If I can
That's so
remember.
rad.
Awesome.
And again, that was the first day out, and the truck just worked.
That's what I'm talking about.
This was what you were talking about, the pressurized system. So this is just a filter.
Filtered air to pressurize the cab, so
Correct.
that keeps the dust out of the cab. So
Gotcha.
that you keep it dust free.
Yeah,
Can't
super
quite
cool.
get silt out, but it tries.
It tries.
It does better than no windshield, no anything.
yeah, nothing, yeah.
One of the things that we did on this truck that wasn't being done at the time, where a lot of the equipment is down below the bed line. and
Right.
stuff. So if you look at the way the cage was done, and with what Glenn and Kurt had done on this, is that the cage, if you follow, this was all thought through, like this coming up along the edge of the bedside, and then this bar actually paralleling right here,
Yep.
and then the way this tube dies into the cab up here, like all that was thought through in the design of this, so when the truck was done, it actually flowed with the bedside. One of the other things that we did on here is that, again, because a lot of pre-runners, they're all covered in the back and stuff, and it's really
Right.
cool, and I do miss the storage space on this. But when this truck was originally designed, the intention of this whole area was to still keep it looking like a race truck
Right.
at the time. So it was intentional. It wasn't like, we forgot to do it. That's just the way we wanted to do it.
Well, I mean, it looks complete to me. You got everything you need back here. Here's your outboard speakers. Excellent. You got your fire extinguishers up here, even chrome to keep the nostalgia in there. Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Yeah. We got some coolers. I'm guessing these are transmission coolers.
Tranny and engine, yeah.
And engine cooler. Okay, right on. Oh, this is an interesting sway bar.
So that was quite the challenge. So
Yeah.
bending these aluminum I-beams was a huge project for Glenn Stradiff to do. It took quite the press to make it happen. But basically that was when the sway bar system was designed to go in, and we had to get it to come off of the center of the chassis to
Gotcha.
come out here
Right.
inside. It wasn't the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, I'd imagine it wouldn't. Aluminum's a very brittle.
Yeah.
It's strong but brittle, right? So like trying to bend aluminum is
Well,
like,
especially with the I-beam, that made it
yeah.
really hard.
Oh
to
yes,
get
yes.
on.
So now it's
super
extra strong. So it's like,
Yeah.
man, just enough pressure to get it to not crack or
But this is what makes it so
snap.
much nicer to drive on the street, though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Gotta have that. Yeah.
Gotta have a sway bar.
So the spare tire setup was designed to look just like the race trucks did at the time.
Correct.
Even the spare tire, all the mounts and everything like that, those, again, gold was to make it look at that time period. Glenn did something fun, and this is our old race trick at the time, but when you, as far as the, when you screw this off, this actually fits the lug nut, so that's your lug nut wrench when you need to take the tire off.
Oh, awesome.
So it's,
Perfect.
so it works as both and stuff
Heck
like that.
yeah.
But, little tricks at the time that are
Right,
now old
right.
school, but it was kind of fun to do with them.
Little details.
Yeah.
Cool. So we have a 4-link system here. Again, 3.0 and 3.0. Another 3.2 bypass back here. You said it gets 38 inches of wheel travel?
36, I believe, yeah.
Spare drive shaft, imperative. You got dual batteries back here. Is this a fuel pump?
Yeah, so that was put on for the twin turbo carburetors. So
Gotcha.
those are 1,000 horsepower each, or actually more than that, I think. Aeromotive fuel pumps. Aeromotive's been really cool in supporting us and stuff and taking care of the project.
So those will be good. Those will stay for the next
build. Yeah, I think so. I think they should be able to handle. We'll have to talk to them and see because the new motor is going to be quite a bit bigger.
Gotcha. You got your jack. I see your Lawrence antenna there.
Yeah.
A couple of dust lights. Keeping it old school with a round.
Yeah.
That even looks even more old school over there.
Yeah, that's the dust light. This is your backup light.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, right on.
No, it's definitely the old school old school yellow light.
I love it. I did forget to ask you earlier because I wanted to. Do you guys still have access to the molds for these?
Yeah, no, I own the molds. So
okay, you own the molds.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you do ever mess up one of these things, you have access
for
to
sure.
go. What about if I had a '69 F-100 and I want?
You serious?
Okay, cool. So I see your dump here. You got a Borla mufflers. This thing sounds really good. So you got a nice trailing arm here. How long's the trailing arm? Do you know?
You got me on that one.
Okay,
That one
okay.
statistic, I don't know.
Well, see what actually broke in Nora? Because I remember I was showing them photos of when it had the.
Oh yeah, no, it's actually at the bottom. It was the one thing that we forgot to do. Okay, so like the truck's built, and I remembered Glenn saying we need to make a stronger cross member, and but that was done then. 5 years go by and we forget to make a stronger cross member. See all the fabricated cross member?
Oh,
up
gotcha.
here around the
Yeah.
So that was quite the project. So when we were down on the first Nora, the mounts for the upper links were not strong enough.
Gotcha.
And so around La Paz, we lost an upper link, and we had to retire the truck at that point. But then we built a new cross member, and everything's all good.
Fixed all that.
That was the one thing that
One weak link. Yeah. Hey, but it took five years to get it.
Yeah, it ran
to get
for a
to
while.
break right on.
5 years plus, because what did he say that in 2006 or 2010?
Yeah, no, it made it.
Because that's the weird, like that's the cool thing to me is like when he originally built this truck, it got a whole lot of press in like 2007. 2006, whenever it first got in Masterpiece and Metal and Dirt Sports. And then it went down for a while, got fuel injection, and then it came back and got, 2016? And it got back into Dirt Sports, which at that point now was Off-Road Magazine.
Yeah.
It's just one of these trucks that has been timeless.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
every time we take it out, it's just something that people love to see.
Right.
And it's not been something that there have been styles in off-roading that have kind of gone out of style, but this seems to always be in style.
Well, this thing, it's one of one, Like nobody else has this glass, right?
No.
Nobody else has a twin turbo 460.
Damn right.
You did mention it was a 35-inch tire.
Yes, so
and
that
then,
was,
the good old Walker Evans.
Yeah, and I tell you, when we first had just the standard aluminum dish wheels, which is the original pictures online when you look at it, and I love that look on it.
It is my favorite wheel design ever, for sure.
And it just fit this truck. It was like,
does.
once they did it, I was like, this is the wheel for this truck.
Anything, in my opinion, any kind of OBS truck or older, it's got to have Walker Evans on it.
Yeah. I have to say, a unique scenario on here. So with 1,000 horsepower on here, it has the C6 tranny that came out from the original race car, and it has mild upgrades on it. It didn't go to the full stuff that that Robbie Gordon was doing in the Class 8 trucks that were really running heavy C6s at the time.
Right.
So Culhane actually built the tranny on this for the 1,000 horsepower, and then Sandy Cohn built the rear end, and it was like the question will be, will it live at 1,000 horsepower? So 30,000 miles later, good job Culhane, good job Sandy Cohn.
Yeah, right on. So what rear end is in it? So we got a 9-inch.
It's a 9-inch, and I believe it's a 41 spline. I can't remember the spline, but I think it's obviously the smaller spline from back then. And it's the question will be is we're talking to Sandy Cohn now and Steve about what tranny and rear end will go with the new motor that's
Right.
Jeez. It's going to need a good one.
Yeah.
Excellent. Harman cell.
Yep.
And then what gallon did you say it was? 55?
Unfortunately, it's pushing maybe 55.
Okay.
So that we built it again.
That's
it was
huge. That's still.
I think it's pretty big.
when you only had 1 mile to the gallon, it wasn't big enough.
Yeah.
1 mile a gallon. It's 55 miles.
My bad. We got the big old motor.
Yeah. What is next? What do you got
These
next?
right here. So the F2000 is set for a 2,000 horsepower twin turbo NCP built Eliminator Block 572. So it will be a 14 to 18 pound boost motor, and we'll put 2,000 plus horsepower with Turbonetics' new turbocharger.
2,000 plus horsepower.
Dude.
And we're gonna have some fun with this pre-runner.
What? It went from like Terminator to Terminator 2 to like T1000 real quick.
I'll be back.
So on race gas now with the new setup, it'll push 2,000 horsepower.
Correct. Yeah. We'll our goal is just to get it over 2,000. Now, you
That
guys,
sounds like that could be like the most powerful pre-runner ever.
we'll try.
You know, I mean that sounds.
We'll try.
So that's the goal. Most powerful pre-runner ever.
Oh my God! Wow!
All right, guys. Hey, so thank you guys so much
Thank you
for
very much.
inviting us out
Yeah.
here
Yeah,
to check this thing out. You guys have
Thank
been
you.
awesome. Super stoked to see this thing in person again. I seen this. I believe in like the Desert People series.
Yeah.
Super awesome. And man, we are stoked. We're going to be definitely working with the Geyser family, and you guys will see more of this thing. We're going to hopefully track their new build and keep you guys updated with that if they gracefully let us be part of that process. And it's been awesome. If you guys like this video and you guys know somebody who says they think they have a lot of horsepower in their F-100, you guys can send them this video and humble them. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Comment, like, subscribe. You guys can help our channel grow. And if you guys have any questions for the family, we'll leave the Instagram handle right there. You guys can shoot them some stuff.
If you have a friend or somebody who thinks that turbos don't work in the dirt, you can also refer them to this video.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
With
that's- I think that's a
the
myth that
right
needs to
setup.
be- yeah, I think that's a myth that needs to be debunked.
I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely,
for sure.
definitely.
This is also a Mythbusters episode.
Yeah.
There you go, dude.
Science. Okay.
Yes, awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next time. Peace. Bye. So we decided we're gonna take a quick cruise in this thing. Should be pretty awesome. All right, let's go.
Here, I'll do a fast pass on your right. Just stay in your lane right there.
So good. This thing is so good. Yes.